Tomo News presents UFOs and Aliens.
UFO photo tweeted by NASA twin astronauts spending a year on International Space Station. NASA astronaut Scott Kelly tweeted this photo of India, as seen from space more than 155 miles above the surface of the Earth. UFO enthusiasts and alien conspiracy theorists were quick to notice the upper right-hand corner of the photo, where blurry lights can be seen hovering in space. Kelly's been periodically tweeting photos he takes from the space station with brief descriptions of what's featured in each photo. On the photo from day 233 of his year in space, he wrote, "Once upon a star over southern India. Good night from space station. Hashtag year in space." The editor of the blog UFOsightingsdaily.com claimed Kelly might be trying to tell the world about the existence of aliens. Kelly is spending a year in space as part of the NASA twin study, while his twin, Mark, stays on Earth for comparison to study the effects on a person spending a year in orbit. Could Kelly be hinting at the existence of aliens, or is there another explanation for the lights in the photo? Tell us what you think in the comments below.
Did NASA cut off an International Space Station camera feed showing UFOs leave Earth? A YouTube video claiming to show UFOs leaving Earth has gone viral. So what's the proof in the pudding? Are Mulder and Scully on the case? Have our alien overlords finally come to take us back into that starry sky? This is the video here. Can't see it? Don't worry, Mr. Enigma from YouTube has got you covered with a close-up. Here's a view of another one. And here's another view of our alien masters. The NASA feed from the International Space Station cuts off as the objects exit Earth's atmosphere. So far, the video has received over 800,000 views on YouTube. One commenter wrote in reply, "NASA, never a straight answer." Another wrote, "Just another SpaceX try." And another references Mothra, the classical Japanese kaiju monster. Sick reference, dude.
California UFO was secret Navy missile test. Or was it? This video, seen over 3 million times on YouTube, was shot in the San Diego area by Julian Solomita on the night of November 7th. As you can see, a few seconds after being just a weird bright dot in the sky, the thing lights up like something out of a Steven Spielberg fantasy. It's a freaky sight to behold, and yeah, about 1 million people were pretty unnerved. Here's Julian's reaction.
What are your best guess at what that was?
That's UFO.
Like, was it close or was it really, really far? Because it looks really close.
It looks really close.
It's still, you know, it looked for a second like a crop duster,
Yeah.
but it had this blue trail behind it. I don't know what that was. One of the weirdest things I've ever seen. It's like right over the valley, just over the 405. Very creepy.
The U.S. Navy said the UFO was in fact an unannounced Trident II missile test flight, launched off Southern California from an Ohio-class sub similar to this one. Okay, sure, we understand U.S. military stuff is classified, but how on earth did they think this was just gonna sail by unnoticed? Millions live in the area, and 911 was inundated with calls, which we're sure understaffed emergency services really appreciated. The Navy probably got a bunch of folks needlessly excited about the rapture while freaking out a bunch of sane people as well. Not cool. Okay, it was kinda cool. What do you think? Should the Navy maybe at least tell local authorities in advance next time? Or do you think this missile test explanation is just another New World Order cover-up? NASA cuts video feed as UFO descends from space. On July 9th, NASA's live feed of the International Space Station unexpectedly shut off just as an object was sighted outside the habitat. And conspiracy theorists are yet again calling the glitch a cover-up. The video feed caught sight of a glowing object descending from space. The object seemed to freeze in place just as the feed was cut. YouTube user StreetCap1 posted the segment on the video sharing site and wrote a reminder to viewers that a UFO is an unidentified flying object. Meaning, while it could very well be an alien spacecraft, it could just as well be a meteor. Or lens flare. Or perhaps it was just another Pokemon Go player catching Pikachu. For the sake of humanity, let's hope it was just a lens flare. A nearby star is emitting weird radio waves. A star close to our solar system was found last week to be playing some pretty weird jams on the radio. Well, not exactly. The Arecibo Observatory in Puerto Rico discovered peculiar radio signals coming from the star Ross 128 in the Virgo constellation. Scientists say the reason for this could be one of three things. The signals could have originated from a solar flare, from something else passing in front of the telescope's view of Ross 128, or it could simply be a radio burst from a high-orbit satellite. Researchers say the recurring hypothesis that aliens are behind the signal is at the bottom of many other explanations. So it's probably not ET or the Death Star, Spock or the Saiyans.
Horseshoe-shaped UFO sighting near International Space Station. Yet another, UFO has been sighted outside the International Space Station. On April 19th, NASA's live feed caught sight of a horseshoe-shaped object floating alongside the station. Seconds later, the feed cut out. It remained down for an hour before resuming to show what looks like the same object in the distance. Conspiracy theorists tracking the feed are calling it a cover-up. They believe cameras caught sight of a UFO, and before long, NASA intentionally cut the feed, saying that the only time the feed tends to cut out is when these objects appear. But a number of things could have happened. Headquarters could have just been working too hard. Or perhaps it's what most UFO sightings have been, a lens flare. Better yet, it probably had nothing to do with NASA. Better yet, it probably was evidence that we, truly, are not alone.
Are there aliens on Titan? New research suggests that Saturn's moon Titan may contain the key elements of life. Using data from NASA's Cassini satellite, one study found that Titan's upper atmosphere is home to carbon chain anions. These serve as a stepping stone to more labyrinthine molecules that can develop life. Separately, another study found vinyl cyanide in Titan's atmosphere. Scientists speculate that this forms the outer wall of a cell and protects the biochemistry that takes place within. Titan's atmosphere is one of the most complex observed by astronomers, and these studies further bolster the idea the moon may be home to organic life. How to hide the Earth from aliens. Last week, Columbia University researchers published a paper saying laser beams could disrupt alien observations of Earth. Or, if you will, lasers could cloak and thereby hide Earth from any human-hungry ETs. The idea borrows from NASA tech, which is already in space. NASA's Kepler Space Telescope detects new planets by observing the dips in light from stars they pass in front of. The Columbia guys say to make Earth invisible in this sense, you fill in the missing starlight. It's here where the lasers come in. By beaming 30 megawatt space-based lasers for 10 hours a year, the researchers say we could theoretically fill this light gap. And make ourselves invisible to all those curious alien civilizations and nefarious space foreigners. Keep off our planet, y'all hear? Researchers say intelligent alien life existed, but might be extinct. In a search to find intelligent alien life, researchers have revised astronomer Frank Drake's 1961 proposal, which is now known as the Drake equation, and have found that extraterrestrial civilizations may have lived before our time. The equation is used to estimate the number of alien civilizations with the means to communicate in the Milky Way galaxy. The equation factors in a number of super scientific things like the average rate of star formation in our galaxy, and the number of planets that have the potential to sustain civilized life as we know it. Oh yeah, again, it emphasizes those that can communicate. A new paper released in Astrobiology suggests a way to simplify the equation by taking in new information discovered by NASA's Kepler telescope. Kepler has, since the 1990s, discovered a number of exoplanets, or planets that are similar to Earth. According to the study, alien life was plentiful, but is now most likely extinct. And other aliens probably won't evolve until we are long gone, so perhaps we really are alone.
UFO spotted in Hong Kong? Is there UFO in the sky? Hong Kong residents are no strangers to UFO. The most recent incident happened on October 9th, after 250,000 strikes of lightning within 6 hours. People claimed they saw UFO in the sky all over Hong Kong. But experts said it could be caused simply by some reflections. Residents of Yuen Long area also spotted flying objects in May, but the myth was soon busted, as it was just a sounding rocket. The most well-known UFO group sighting in Hong Kong happened in 1978. The shiny giant UFO was seen flying over Washing House around Moon Festival. It finally flew towards the ocean and disappeared in the skyline. Many believed it was just a helium balloon. Well, if you never spotted a UFO and feeling left out, just watch a movie.